Hey you, did you know that 8 years before the release of Howard the Duck, George Lucas purchased Skywalker Ranch and renovated it into a state-of-the-art production facility? The property sits on 4,700 acres, of which only 15 acres is developed. Some of the facilities include a restaurant, a 300-seat movie theater, an underground parking lot, a fitness center, a hilltop observatory, a man-made lake, and then all of the production facilities, editing suites, and sound stages. In the end, he spent more than $50 million on the renovation. Some estimates are even as high as $100 million. His vision was to create a secluded place away from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood where artists can collaborate in peace. But, believe it or not, he wasn't done blowing his Star Wars money just yet. Because the following year, he created a computer graphics department and facility. At this point, we can reasonably assume that George Lucas had blown through somewhere in the neighborhood of $110 million, give or take a few million. George Lucas was still in the red when Howard the Duck opened in theaters. He was depending on this latest Lucasfilm production to be a success. However, when the world got to see Marvel Comics' first movie on August 1st, 1986, it was met with extremely negative reviews. In its opening weekend, Howard the Duck only made $5 million at the box office, significantly less than its $37 million budget. While the movie eventually broke even after worldwide box office sales, it was nowhere near enough to cover George Lucas's massive investment in Skywalker Ranch. This was Lucasfilm's second flop that year. Just months earlier in June, the film Labyrinth didn't do so well either. So now, with Howard the Duck being a flop, Lucas found himself needing to recoup losses quickly. He began selling off assets, living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes, oh yeah, including his newly formed computer graphics company, which became Pixar after being purchased by his friend Steve Jobs. The poor reception and commercial failure of Howard the Duck can be attributed to several factors: an unconventional concept, bad humor, deviation from source material, poor marketing, high budget, bad special effects. Okay, so there were a lot. So let's focus on the most egregious ones. Poor marketing. During pre-release, the marketing team struggled to convey this unconventional and somewhat bizarre concept to the audience. It likely had a lot to do with the fact that they kept Howard out of all of the promotional materials. The idea was to keep his appearance a surprise. But do you remember the whole Sonic the Hedgehog debacle from a few years ago? Well, had Howard been included in any of the promo, they could have seen this next complaint on the horizon: bad special effects. Although George Lucas still owned his CGI facility at this time, the decision was made to portray Howard the Duck using animatronics and practical effects. This was a majorly bad decision. The reason is because production began before an actor had been cast to voice Howard. This meant that the puppeteers read Howard's lines and moved his bills to match their bland delivery. Therefore, when Robin Williams was cast to voice Howard, his attempts to reread the lines were frustrating. The late great Robin Williams was known for his improv and animated delivery. It became almost impossible to sync his delivery style with the bland movement of Howard's bills. After only a week, Robin Williams quit. And although another actor was immediately flown in to replace Williams, the production broke the cardinal rule of film adaptations: deviation from the source material. One thing you do not do under any circumstances is deviate from the canon, especially if you hope to attract fans of the source material. The original Marvel comics were similar to the style of Deadpool, with adult-oriented humor. However, to appeal to younger audiences, Howard's raunchy demeanor was significantly toned down, and Marvel comic fans hated it. So what you ended up with on opening weekend are two groups: people who have no idea who or what this duck is, and they're confused by the plot and tone, and then on the other hand, you have comic book fans who are disappointed by the lack of respect for the original source material. Unfortunately, this was director Willard Huyck's second consecutive flop. This destroyed his career and he never directed another major production. Well, at least it wasn't as bad as the $315 million flop right here.